All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to do this quickly because it's edible. It's called ginger honey chips. I mean, you just need to try it and then you will love it. Call for a supply on 0277 609 644. So I took in my ginger chips, I greet you. I greet you wherever you are. I greet you wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you we're going to have a short time today, exactly at 6:15. And I'm doing exactly to 7 o'clock as usual. The School of Marriage and Relationship. Whatever we're discussing today, you have to just hear it straight. Don't let anybody tell you. But in the first place, a big thank you to all of you. And this ginger thing, it demands water. Bonsu. Coronavirus has come. And remember all the thing. You can't wait to try it. So just get in touch with me and get it. Ginger chips, the best of the best. 0277609644. Order your ginger chips. And if you're buying more than 10 pieces, we can find somebody to dispatch it to you and you pay for the dispatch fee. If you are buying one, we won't dispatch you because it will be a waste of money for you to pay for a dispatch for just one bottle. I don't encourage people to waste their money on things like this. So we're trying to get it to the nearest pharmacy shop close to you so that everybody can have it. It's very, 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 very good. It's local. It's natural medicine. This is ginger and honey baked over 126 degrees specifically. So I'm grateful for your support. I miss coming to talk to you. I think that we started a topic and want to conclude, and I'll conclude by the end of June. But we started a topic, and our topic is this about a woman whose husband has refused to do what he's supposed to do. And our discussion today is that we're discussing what is the position of a husband and the difference between a husband and a father. So we've learned straight ahead that fatherhood and fathers are made in a different angle. Today, we're diving into that discussion of appreciation. Men are complaining that women are not appreciative. Do you agree that women find themselves to believe that what a man is supposed to do for them, the fact is once you're doing it, you don't deserve to be appreciated? Let me ask a simple question. If you're watching me right now and you are a man, between you and your wife, who deserve to have the best car at home? Very simple question. I mean, in the event of having good cars, thank you so much for coming. Zita, thank you so much. Nayamne, thank you so much for coming. I promise you exactly 6:50, I'm going to be here for the School of Marriage and Relationship. Today I'm treating a topic, the difference between the role between the husband and a father. What are the most basic things that we need to do that makes us a father? Because people believe that once you impregnate a woman and she keeps the baby and you deliver the baby, then you become a father, which is not anything we can dispute. It's right. But the husband and the father, what should be the process? Should we make fathers whilst they are not husbands? Today I met a very beautiful girl whose quest is that she wants to have a child and live a life because committing to a man is a burden to her. And I think it was a genuine concern. And a lot of you will think that I'm not talking about those of you who have made mistakes, but I'm really saying this thing to say that if one woman desires that I want to be a mother but not a wife, do you think there's anything good we should write home about? where men are making babies and are fathers, but they are not husbands? Should we encourage men to be husbands and not to be fathers and not husbands? Should we encourage women to be mothers and not wives? Are we ruling out wifeship and husbandship? Is it becoming a burden for all of us? Are we, because it seems like all of us are getting to a point where we say, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a discussion today. Wives deserve to have the best car. That's somebody's own. I asked that between a husband and a wife, who deserves to have the best car? Somebody says the wife deserves to have the best car. Somebody says, I love this. Let me say a big thank you to Bodyline Clothing. The Father's Day was a big thing. Bodyline Clothing, surprised all my guests with a package of suits, shirts, and shoes. And I will say a big thank you to Bodyline Clothing, Accra Central, the Despite building in Accra. Just walk in there and get your shirt. And I'm wearing Bodyline Clothing, Bodyline suit, Bodyline tie. Everything about me is Bodyline. Not forgetting, let me say a big thank you to Beautiful Beneath. Beautiful beneath. How confident are you beneath? So it means that my boxer shorts, my underwear, they are all coming from Beautiful Beneath. And all of you who want the vouchers, walk in there and have the best of the best. These are good people, and they are sales service girls. I have been there. Love it, and thank all of you for your support. So who deserves the best car is one of the questions of the day. And I see somebody says the man deserves the best car. Wow. Somebody says the woman deserves the best car. Let's get the argument going. Who deserves the best car? But our main topic for discussion is that should we agree that women will just become mothers, men become fathers, and forget about husbandship and wifeship? Because many people are of the view that when you become a husband and then raise children, it's not the same like becoming a father without a wife. I'm saying that I met a young girl today who came to me and went straight ahead. Very, very educated girl who is reading medicine, and by the grace of God, that in the second year to come, she's going to graduate and become a doctor through her process and whatever she wants to do. And her question is that, is it wrong for her to be a mother without being, as it were, just be a mother and move ahead with her life because she's afraid to commit herself? She's not ready to subject herself to any man's control. That's what she said. And for that matter, she wishes to become a mother. She wants to have a child. So wants to have a child with a man and have a child and move ahead with life. And we are saying that the difference between a father and a husband is what we are discussing tonight. But the ladies are saying that they want to have babies without husbands. And the men are saying they want to have babies without wives. I'm going to go very strong here tonight. And any of you watching me, share this thing to your friend. The thing is that your sharing of the conversation is what makes the conversation very, very important. Share it to your friend. Go to your page and go and share it. Counselor Luttrell is up here. The School of Marriage and Relation. Even me, I'm carrying my phone right now to share because there are people who are going through a lot of challenges. A lot of friends are having challenges. You have them. They are your partners. There are people around you. Let me tell you, when marriages are not working on earth, the earth will become void and shapeless, and darkness will be all over the deep. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So I want to encourage you. This time we find ourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mamia, the chairperson of my foundation, has just joined us. Thank you so much from New Jersey. So America is live here. Where is ACS Regina? America is live. She says a woman deserves a good car than the man. We'll come to that discussion, and it'll be one of the wrap-up we'll do, that you tell us why. Maybe somebody wants to explain to her why you think that the woman deserves a better car than the man. That when the man is driving a Porsche car, I remember when the man is driving a Porsche car, it gives you an opportunity to win women. If your car is sweet, smells nice. If you enter into a car that is Porsche, I enter into my fellow men. I sat into a Wrangler, it's a Wrangler Jeep. Yes, I sat in it and I realized that Charlie, car. I entered into McLaren. Is a McLaren? Yes, you all saw the video of Dr. Sir Kwame Despite by the opportunity of Dr. Farah Dixon. He gave me the opportunity to sit in a car. He gave me a ride, and there's a difference between that car and my car. So, he has a good cars. I love good cars. But we are asking that between your wife or between the man and the woman. We're discussing this man and woman issue because of a husband and wife. It's not about boyfriend, girlfriend. Well, there are girlfriends who buy cars and give it to their boyfriends. I know about that. People take bank loan to buy cars for their boyfriends. And for me, Jimmy, that you are a girl who is not married to a guy and you go and take car loan. You go for a car loan because you work in the bank and you don't have a driver's license and buy a car and give it to your boyfriend. You are not serious. There is nothing serious about you. Wenimbre. actually no bibi how se nye jimie ne how de ande obi abodua ene jimie se oba o sua adwuma nessa we graduate obi ayama o back pay now they are talking about bema. I mean, imagine you get some chunk of money and you buy a car and give the car to a guy. I mean, it makes you the biggest fool on earth. I'm telling you. Someone say, yeah, counselor, this thing has been going on for years. Most women want to have kids with that marriage. And that's our discussion tonight. Our main discussion tonight is that is it right for women to be desiring to have kids without thinking of a husband? Is it that there's a problem? Have we made marriage become odd? Have we not made marriage become more enjoyable for people to see how sweet marriage is? Has there too many bad marriages that is causing people not to enjoy the act of marriage? So they just want to become mothers and not wives. They want to become husbands and they want to become fathers and not husbands. What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong? Is it that marriage has become the battle? Let me say this on record. The best thing that can happen to the world to become a better place to live in is when marriages are working. So when God created the Garden of Eden, go back to scriptures and men. Thank you so much for sharing. I see all of you sharing the thing bam bam like that. Share on all your pages. Go on your own page and share. Go on your own page right now and share. This topic must be discussed very, very well, and we need to learn something. I'm here to teach tonight, and I'm teaching with time. Today, my time is strict. Exactly 45 minutes. I need to leave this particular discussion and continue another time, because currently the time we have is becoming limited because of most of the assignments that we are getting to do. But you are very important to me, and the School of Marriage and Relations was also very important to me. You are getting all this live on Facebook very soon. Very soon, I promise you, put that by July. Some of these things we are going to stop them. We're going to give the content somewhere else. So when you come, you don't share, you don't come and learn, you don't get opportunity to ask your questions, then I don't know where you're going to ask it. Don't wait till Counselor Joe die and say, Papa, no. Don't do that. And I'm not dying now in the first place. By the grace of God, today something funny happened when my car engine stopped and nothing was working. My brake was not working and the car was just going. And I didn't know where they came from to stop the car. I mean, when they are following you, when they are with you, I told you this month is a month of angelic visitation. I told all of you, this month is a month of angelic visitation. This morning I was slated to go to the studio. So I was leaving the house in a hurry. And I was driving, all of a sudden my car engine stopped. And when it stopped, you know, you can't be on drive, on automatic for the car engine to stop. Unfortunately, when your car engine stops and it's a normal manual car, you can just go and release the clutch and the car will jerk and will stop. You know what I'm talking about. But this one is automatic. It just moved there. I was moving into neutral. I was moving into park. It didn't work. All of a sudden, the Holy Spirit came down there, stopped my car for me, and I was safe. I was very excited. I was safe. And I'm excited. I'm saying this to thank God for it. So I'm not dying now, and I tell you, I am not dying now. I'm going to affect a lot of lives before I die. Nothing shall happen to Counselor Luttrell. It's not by might, it's not by power, but I know who I have believed. I am not a powerful person, but I believe in a powerful God. And this morning, He did a miracle in my life, and I'm excited. I went to the program. I went to do everything I'm supposed to do, because you know why? Because unfortunately, my wife was at home, and I took a car out. She was at work. I could have taken Uber and gone away. But I'm saying this to thank God for my life today, that I didn't hear bad news. It is a month of angelic visitation. An angel will always appear to surprise you. Our discussion tonight is that why are people interested in having children but not interested to marry? Why should a man be interested in you to make a baby with you, but he's not ready to marry you? And why are you excited that I said today I met a beautiful girl who is in a medical school and has 2 years left for her to graduate and enter into this business of medicine. And she is saying that now in her life, where she has gotten to, she just wants to rise up to a certain age and make a baby and be free. Let me tell you this. There are a lot of girls today who have made babies. And they have made babies not in the right way. Some didn't make babies with right men. Some didn't make babies because they want to make babies. They made babies because it was a mistake. But because they are not telling you the mistake they did, but they are there behaving like ostriches and, hypocrite, and telling you, my excitement is this child. So make others are believing that, Charlie, having a child out of wedlock is the best thing. I came to encourage you that having a child out of wedlock can never be the best thing that happened to you. It cannot be the best thing that will happen to you. It cannot be the best thing that will happen to you. Please. Let's not behave like we are living in a different world. children raised within wedlock are 150 times better than children raised out of wedlock. No child raised out of wedlock can ever be better than a child who is raised within wedlock. When I say wedlock, I'm using the word wedlock in context of marriage. So when you have children that you are not in marriage, the children can never be better than children who are in marriage. You can say what you want to say. There is no child that is born out of wedlock that the parents are not together that will convince me, George Luton, that he's better off than children who are born and are living with mother and father. Children born out of wedlock are worse. They become worse. And the reason why most women are no more interested in marriage, the reason why most men are no more interested in marriage is because majority of our world, the children in the world today are all out of broken homes. No, they are even out of wedlock. So majority of children are out of wedlock. They have not enjoyed the taste of marriage in their home. They have not seen that particular importance of marriage. We have not shown them the example of good marriage at home. So we are raising them to believe that marriage is not the thing that is happening to me. It is my effort and my strength. None of us have made our children believe that I am what I am today because of marriage. So they don't have any taste for marriage. So once they don't have taste for marriage, they have taste for making babies. So our problem is that we have too many bad marriages. We have too many people raising their own children. The statistics says that we have more than 55 children who are born and they are unplanned. I've told you before that the criteria for marriage, for childbirth, is that we have three categories. The first one is that planned children who are called planned pregnancy. We have the unplanned pregnancy and we have the unwanted pregnancy. So three types of pregnancy: unplanned pregnancy, planned pregnancy, and unwanted pregnancy. Pregnancy must be wanted. It must be planned. If today I sit here and you are watching me, you want to have a child with me, we should plan it. You don't need to trap me. There are some that they trap the men and they trap them and the men ends up to have children with them and they have children and it becomes useless. So the children are grown with their mothers, they are grown with their fathers, and they don't see the importance of marriage. Because mommy is taking care of me. Why are we not interested in marriage? We are interested in making babies. Why? What do you think is the problem? People want to have children, but they don't want to have marriages. What's the problem? And that's what I'm diagnosing today. So let's see what marriage is. Marriage is when a man and a woman have made a decision to stay together so they could raise a family. So if you read God's word carefully, God created the garden and put everything in the garden. Nothing was happening in the garden. Share the page with friends. Share it. Share the page with friends. Share the page. Why are we not interested in marriage as men and women? We are interested in making babies. That's the question. Why are we not interested in marriage as men and women? Our interest has constantly come to a point where we believe that we are interested rather in making babies. What is the problem? Why? What has gone wrong? Can we diagnose and solve the problem? God created the Garden of Eden. And in the Garden of Eden, one of the good things he did was that he finished everything. Everything was solid. Everything was cool. And water. Yes, from Tupperware. Everything was solid. Everything was cool. That's what happened. But God saw the need to change his plan by bringing a woman to the man. Do you understand? There was a change. And that change was a solid change. Nobody should think anywhere that was a bad change. It was a solid, sensible change. And I love that change. The God immediately, in his infinite wisdom and knowledge, all he did was that he brought a woman in the life. So we are diagnosing the reason why I say I met a girl today who says, counselor, I just want to have a child because committing myself to a man as a wife is the last thing I want to do. And she's in a medical school, so she's an elite person. And then a man in Mema saying power, you'll be up a war, non tina baby shaneba. Dentia. Eya wari boni dudu e wasa sisu anaye maame ne papa no ne yankasa amaye husa wade hu faso nti ne etiase anawo ma ye believe say after wade otiase mpo ne maama wanya hwe. So I ask a question from the beginning between the husband and the wife, who deserve a good car? Because some believe that I keep saying this thing, that some believe that the woman can buy a car for herself. That's what somebody believes. But what is marriage that people are afraid of? Is it fear? Is it because there have been too many mistakes in marriage? Is it because they have met people who have not done anything better in marriage? Is it because the examples that are going out there are so bad? Is it because we are not celebrating people in their marriages? What is the reason? Share your mind. Why are people interested in making babies than marriages? I saw a message I'm going to read very soon for you. What is the problem? Why is it so? Why would people love to have children? Why? Why should you love to have children than having marriage? Why should it be so? And why are we smiling about it? You are in medical school. You are learning. You have seen your parents, they spend money on you. They want you to become something. And you don't care about that. Your desire is to get yourself in a situation where you make babies but don't think about marriage. What are we talking about? What are we saying here? So, my problem is that why are women and men interested in having children but not having the desire to stay in marriage? Tell me. Share your mind with me. There's a problem. Something is not going down well. Somebody has refused to tell you what the truth is. And until we get to that position of knowing where the truth is, what it entails to know the truth, and let things work for us so that all of us will get to a point of enjoying the benefit of marriage, then we are going to have a problem. Because if everybody is believing that I want to just have a child and take care of my child and let a man pay child support, if that is what we're looking at, then where are we heading towards? Ladies and gentlemen, God created the Garden of Eden, put everything in the Garden of Eden. So Eden was a very good place that the man should live and enjoy. Eden was a place where the man needed to enjoy the fullness covering of God. Eden was a garden that had everything. And the difference between a bush and a garden is that the garden is taken care of, the bush is left. So God made the garden and put a man in the garden to dress it. Man had everything. Everything that is needed for man to become what he's supposed to be was available in the garden. Except that God never gave man what he needs to be excited about. Man was created with the male organ. The man had the male organ. Erection was with Adam. Adam was erecting. But when he erected, he didn't know where to go and put that erection. So God created an acceptable hole for the erected male organ, which was called a woman. Bible says, and when God has finished creating the woman, he paraded the woman before the man, and the man said, and now. So man saw the act in the garden, but didn't know what he should use the male organ for. But when he saw the woman, he said, and now, this is bone of my bone. This is flesh of my flesh. It means there were other things that were appealing to Adam in the garden, but none of them were part of his flesh. None of them were part of his bone until he had the opportunity to meet bone of his bone, flesh of his flesh. And the Bible said that the two of them were naked and they were not ashamed of themselves. Sexual intercourse is one of the cardinal reasons why marriage was established. So why are people interested in sexual intercourse but not interested in marriage? I don't know if you understand. Just go and share the page. Thank you very much, Nayemlu. Share the page. I mean, the most important thing is that you go and share the page. The fact that you don't agree doesn't mean you shouldn't share. Let's go and share and learn. We are learning. It's a school of marriage and relationship. And my future school I want to establish in this world is called the School of Marriage and Relationship, where you come and sit down and learn. By then, your Facebook and your things, you won't get me sitting here to talk again. You will come and pay for that small airtime and you learn it. Is somebody understanding what I'm saying? Why are women afraid to marry? And why are men afraid to be committed to have a wife? Is it because women are troublesome when they become wives? Because I asked question today. They say when women are not married, when you've not paid their bride price, their life is different. Immediately you pay their bride price, they become stubborn, disrespectful. So they make you feel sad. Look, let me tell you, it's not a lie. And it's not entirely the truth. There are a lot of women today whose life has changed after marriage because the men they married have changed what they were. Their expectations have not been met. So they become disrespectful to the men who have gone to pay their bride price to marry them. This is not a justification for disrespecting your husband. Oh, somebody is requesting to see my face to connect to me well. Oh, why? I always use my face. This is my face. Why? What's wrong? You've not seen my face before? You've not seen my face before? This is the face of Counselor Lutrot. I started putting on glasses because of this coronavirus thing and droplets and things. I don't want to use a white glass that I use in the office. So in the office, I use a white glass, and when I come out, I use it. So there's nothing wrong with my face. I mean, this is my face. I mean, monkey no fine, but a mother like him. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody just demanded, and I love my fans. When they do things, whatever they demand, I do for them. I'm saying that men, some people say, the reason why they don't want to get married is because when you pay the bride price of a woman, she becomes disrespectful and they talk to you just anyhow. Some women too are saying that they cannot allow men to lord over them. Men become too bossy and they lose their right of becoming who they want to be. So that is why they think that just having their child and sitting there somewhere and you paying the child's support and paying the child's fees makes them comfortable. And I'm saying that until the children see the importance of marriage, we will continue having children out of wedlock. And quote me everywhere. I am telling you that children born out of wedlock are worse. They are the problems of our world. Counselor, it's due to bad parenting and broken homes. Other women too have bad role models. Some men don't take good care of their kids whilst treating their wives bad. This makes the kids grow up. Okay, these are points. The points I've written a lot of points. Let me read for you. Okay, so point number 1. Some men don't take good care of their kids whilst treating their wives bad. This makes the kids grow and don't fancy marriage due to what they have seen at home. That's 1.1. Point number 2, broken homes. This imposes indiscipline on the kids, which makes them grow to exhibit same. Point number 3 is a bad role models. A lot of our female celebrities and single mothers who always make it appear that they they opted for that situation. Okay, so I get what she's saying. But the first point that Ebenezer is giving is that he says that due to, because one, men are not taking good care, but of bad parenting and there's no bad parenting, zookeeping and poultry farming. But the first point is making that because people are not taking care of the children well and they're not treating their wives well and the children are seen. Let me tell you one of the things I've come to know. When you are in a bad marriage, and your children gets to know you are in the bad marriage, we cannot blame the marriage on the children. We blame you. Because let me tell you why I'm saying this. There are women who have been in bad marriages, but they have shielded the children away from bad marriages and encourage the children that marriage is good, but have a good one. I don't know if you get a conversation. Though it is not justification to disrespect, I believe there's disappointing and dissatisfaction. Oh yes, some women are disrespecting their husbands because they are disappointing, or they have been disappointed and they are dissatisfied with what their expectations were. But in the first place, if your expectations are not known by your husband, how will you even know that he's not meeting your expectations? Why are people shunning away from marriages and are interested in making babies? Why is marriage become a difficult thing for women to go for? Why are men finding it difficult, but they are ready to deposit their semen for them to take care of children? There are men who are paying child support for more than 3 women, but they have not decided to get married. Let me tell you, your last days on earth, you will see the importance of marriage. God created the garden with everything, without a woman. So women were afterthoughts. But in their being afterthoughts in the garden, they became the essential commodity to move the garden from one space to the other. Adam needed a helpmate. Adam was so busy in making sure that the garden of God becomes well. He was keeping the garden of God. He was making sure that the plants will become what they are supposed to be. He was really replenishing and making sure that things will go well in the garden. But in that busy schedule, he needed somebody to keep the home running. That when you come, somebody will be there to serve you. Look, men who close from work, and men, I'm not talking about boys, men who close from work to come and work on their food to eat are wrong materials for society. I've said it and let me repeat. Don't vote for any unmarried person this year in our elections. Don't. Because any man who is not married is irresponsible. Any woman who is not married is irresponsible. Because your responsibility as a man over a woman makes the world better. But when a woman is taking care of herself and is collecting money from a man to feed a child and taking care of a child, she becomes a symbol of a burden to society and becomes an irresponsible thing for us. And get it straight here. When we say you are irresponsible, it means that you are not responding to the ability in you. I read a message that the guy the way I understand the message is that the role models that we have in our society, the celebrities we have in our society, have proven to us that being a single woman, they are making it better. And so the other girls think that when you are a single woman with a child belonging to a rich man somewhere, you become better. You are useless and aimless in society. Marriage is what makes you proper. I'm telling you. That is why marriage is not just the last stop of your life. If you have a bad marriage, the right to walk out of a bad marriage is there for you. So why do you stay in a bad marriage? Who tells you divorce is a sin? Oh, forget about them. They are lying to you. There's no sin in divorce. It's better for you to divorce, to still, you see, your first marriage is bad. The children are seeing the bad signs and symptoms of your first marriage. Walk out of the marriage and marry again and let the children who are even coming from the first marriage experience good motherhood. Why are women afraid of marriage? Why are men afraid of commitment? Is it because of the way they're going to feed women? Is it because they're going to spend money on their women? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you're having a girlfriend that you are stupidly spending on, a man who spends on a girlfriend is not normal. What is your locus? What is the right for spending on a girlfriend? What is it? If a girlfriend is practicing a shower and she's taking money, that's a right. But check yourself. Check yourself as a man. The amount of money you are spending on a girlfriend, just look at it. Just look at it. Why should a girl who is in a medical school, why should somebody who is intelligently growing have a desire to have children without marriage? What is the problem? And the world is becoming bad day in and day out. Our world is dropping down to zero because of bad parenting, zookeeping, poultry farming mentality. Children are taking care of themselves. They have single girls who have been able to buy houses. They bought cars and they have children that men are sending, child support for them. They are paying their fees on their behalf, but they are not under any man. They are not under any man to control them. For that matter, they think they are the best thing in town. Any woman who has gotten to marriage age and has no man to control you, you are not qualified to become a role model in society. It's painful. You see, I felt sad when a girl of that nature would tell me, I want to complete medical school by having a child with a man, but I don't want to be controlled. Is it because you want to be a doctor? Who says when you're a wife you can't be a doctor? Who says when you are a husband you can be whatever you want to be still as a wife? That's what the issue is. But because most of these girls and boys have not seen anything good in marriage, your mother made a mistake. Gave herself up to something that we call a man to marry her. I'm not bragging, but I keep saying this thing every day that none of my child in that house will never love to marry. You can be angry about it, I don't care. You see, the best example is what you have experienced in life and what others have told you. I keep telling people that the way I treat my wife is not because she is. No, but because it is the best way for a man to live long and leave a legacy. I say it every day and I'll say it 1,000 times. And for the men who are getting angry and not understanding me, and they think that I'm destroying the mind of women, hear it and hear it again. The first thing in my life is my wife. If I have the opportunity to marry 30 women, they will be the first thing in my life and not the children they bring on board. When a man becomes a husband and becomes a father, he has a thing in him that connects to the mother of the children as a wife. So my question was that, between a husband and wife, who deserves a good car? So where a man is driving a Porsche car in town, and rather the wife is driving a very rickety car in town. No. The first person that exhibits who you are is not your child. That thing they told you is a lie. They told you this thing, I believe in it. That your children will let them know. No. The first person that exhibits who you are as a man is your wife. When you become the greatest person in the world, once you are married, your wife is the one who will tell us, truly, my husband is great. The sign on your wife tells us that truly you are really doing something good at home. When you see a man who is growing slim, he's not eating, he's working hard, you can only see the hard work of a man, not because he has 400 mansions. It's because the man is married. So men who have properties in the world and have no wives, they are useless. They are burdens to society. They are the reason why people don't see importance in marriage. Young girls who are working and they've been able to buy a house. The young girls who are working and they've been able to do things for themselves, and we have made them entrepreneurs. We have made them role models for society. We are celebrating them. We are calling them celebrities, and others are seeing them, but they have not made marriage part of their life. We are making them CEOs, directors, heads of departments, and leading societies, and making them become the best thing that happened to our world. And they have not seen marriage before. It makes the other ones coming to see that the importance in life is about education, is about getting it and building a house and doing everything, not a man. What is it? Then you know, I am with the same color ninja wadiahum. Obia power. Anang bayana muhuono. Omu nyina nya wadia nkomo pe no muhu na abo muhu so. Majority of the girls you see who are celebrating them. Let me tell you, majority of the girls you see are celebrating them. Oh my God. I'm telling you the truth. They wish they had somebody to call their husband. But they have moved themselves to a position where it's difficult for them to call somebody their husband. So they don't respect anybody. Any woman you see who doesn't respect a man, regardless of their position in life, is because they have no husband. That's why I say, don't vote for anybody who has no husband. Don't vote for them. They are not qualified. They can't lead the society. They can't live. They can't lead anybody. If you have a husband and you see, I'm talking about a husband, not just a man in trouser. If you meet a woman who doesn't respect you, it's because they don't respect their husband. And because their husband have not shown the symbol of husbandship at home. If you meet a child, charity begins at home. It doesn't begin on the street. It doesn't begin in church. So when you come to your church and there are church members who don't respect you at church, it's not because the devil is having, it's because of the home they are coming from. If you see my daughter and she doesn't greet you, it's not because she doesn't know how to greet. It's not because the teacher didn't teach her well. It's because in our home, we have not taught them to greet the elderly. And you see, he said, well, since it is biblical, if you are a Christian, it is a must. And I can say, maybe I have to go and follow your conversation. But you see, all the books, the Quran and everything, there is no portion of any of the books that we are using as religious people, as think tanks, that is endorsing single parenting. There is nothing called single parenting. Single parenting cannot be endorsed anywhere by any book. It is the laws that we are making to favor ourselves that is trying to fuel single parenting. And that is why our world is in a chaotic position. Look at the world we are in. Indiscipline in the higher place. No respect for the elderly. Because in their homes, they don't respect anybody. See the way we eat. See the way we feed our children. Siblings will grow with no love because there is no parenting at home. Where's mommy? Where's daddy? Everybody is making a particular million for themselves. Adam was making millions. Eve had to stay home and concentrate on making a home. But Eve was concentrating on the forbidden fruit to become like God. Oh my God. What is your focus in marriage? What is the importance of the man you've come to marry? If you marry a man and there is no change in the life of the man, not a change like your son, but I'm talking about there is no sign of marriage in the life of the man, it means that you who came into the system was not a wife. People don't see good things about marriage. I think marriage isn't a must for. No, it's a lie. Paul was married with children, and when he was persecuting the Christians and on the way to Damascus, when he saw Christ, he neglected his home. That is why he came back to us that the people are persecuting him and worrying him, and the Lord says that my grace is sufficient for you. Paul was married with children. Paul was a married man with children. Check your theology. Paul was a married man with children. He had a family. And he neglected his family because he has seen Christ. So people say, Paul, will say, the reason is because he saw Christ in a donkey spoke to him. So when you're talking about Paul, marriage was meant for everybody. God only stopped procreation by creating man to come and continue procreation through sexual intercourse, not through making babies without her living in the family. There's supposed to be a father and a mother, and the father and mother must be husband and wife. So the beginning is not father and a mother. The beginning is a husband and a wife. Look at us today. We have reversed it. Men are becoming fathers. Women are becoming mothers. Then we force them to become husbands and wives. That's what the problem is. A woman who can own all the properties in the world, if you don't have a husband, you are useless. And the word useless means you are useless. Keep the context very well. We are using you, but we are using you less. Ya oyura yere lutrot owura yere yudu owura ukruni ewura one wura owura yere lutrot and still be the chief executive officer of so and so company limited, it means that you have a responsibility on yourself to make sure that Owura, the Bible says that, and for the husband of a virtuous woman is respected at the city gate. You are a virtuous woman, you are only seen when you have a husband, and the replica is in the life of the husband. Look, the fact is that when you are a good wife, it doesn't mean your husband will not cheat on you, because cheating is a personal decision. So what is your excuse? What is your excuse? No, what is your excuse? See what you are telling your children. You made a mistake by allowing their father to come and marry you. So what? Is their father still in town? You have married the wrong man you are living with. Nobody is forcing you to stay. If you decide to stay, don't pollute the children about the wrong man. And don't also pollute the children about yourself. You made a mistake, and so what? You made a mistake, so what? You failed, so what? I am tired of hearing people who are interested in making babies but are not interested in marriage because they don't see any importance in marriage. I came to provoke you today that if that is what is in you, delete it from your system. Desire marriage. Ever since I started to follow you, my thought about life has changed. We thank God for it, and that is why we will not stop speaking the truth. Is marriage a must or a choice? Marriage is a must, it's not a choice. Effie, Wendy, marriage is a must, it's not a choice. So when you make a mistake in marriage, because it's a must and not a choice, your right to move on is there. When you marry, when the wrong man marries you because you didn't go through the right process and you meet a wrong man, drop the wrong man and look for a right man. What are we talking about? I see people whose husband is dead. 2 years they are still single. I pity you. What would the children learn? You're happy? You go, look. A husband who is not present at home, but is there as a husband, is 100 times better than no father, no husband. What are we talking about? Custody and access is what? Let the children have custody and access, but there's a man. Even if the man is a caretaker in your life, you have a husband. We're discussing husbands and wives here. Why should somebody who is going to school to the level come to a point to believe that I want to make babies and marriage is nothing to me? What are we talking about? What is in your home? You didn't see your mother serving your father. You didn't see your mother selecting a particular plate for your father. You didn't see your mother giving a particular sponge for watching daddy's plate. You didn't see a particular chair in your house that is for daddy. You didn't see your mother thanking daddy and saying, help me say thank you to daddy. You didn't see that. Oh, is that why you don't want to marry? If that didn't happen in your home, don't you want to start it? The world was not started with children. It was started with marriage. Oh my God. This world was started with marriage, not children. So the future doesn't belong to the children. Somebody says, so, Master, you are the same person. You are the same guy who said women shouldn't go for broke. I mean, are you serious? You know why women are complaining? Because women are married and they are still taking care of themselves. Is it marriage? Is it marriage? Let's be serious and be honest with ourselves. Master, you are the same guy who said women shouldn't go for broke men. So why are you making marriage a must? You are not serious. Are you serious? Stop this loose talk. Are you serious? Are you serious what they're saying? That a man, you can't feed yourself, you can't provide shelter, and you want to marry? Forget it. You don't deserve any woman. You don't deserve any woman. You don't deserve any woman. That's what I'm saying. You don't deserve any woman. What are we discussing here? That a man cannot feed himself. A man cannot provide shelter. A man cannot pay the fees of his children. A man himself is not able to pay for rent. A man doesn't have what it takes to be able to pay for rent. A man doesn't have what it takes to be able to take care of a wife who is sick. A man doesn't have what it takes to bring food on his table. But he's saying that he's qualified to be a husband. Bullshit. What do you mean by that? Don't bring yourself. Don't bring yourself. And I stand by it till I die. Don't allow a broke man to marry you. Never allow a poor man to marry you. A man who cannot feed himself 3 square meals. If you are rich as a young girl who you have struggled to build 3 mansions, it doesn't make you important into society. But it means that your level of 3 mansions, your level of Range Rover, your level of any expensive thing you are having, you need to give that particular body to a man who can manage the level you are carrying. Monkeys play by sizes, not shapes. One statement I made for more than 7 years, you are still holding on to it. Instead of you rising up with common sense to say because of a woman. Look, let me tell you, if a woman goes into marriage and takes care of himself, if a woman goes into marriage and makes himself the same person paying for rent, if a woman goes into marriage and she is part of contributing to paying rent, paying school fees, paying light bills and utility, he will never ever endorse marriage for any of his children. He will encourage them to go to school and learn. You meet a woman who works in the bank, so every time you ask her to go for a loan on your behalf. Are you serious? There is something wrong with we not advertising the good side of marriage. And once we can't advertise good side of marriage, forget it. The children will not have desire to marry. They won't have it. And if our children don't desire to marry, then they'll make babies and then the world become a chaotic place because 78% of children in the world are living on child support without fathers they are present. Look, when mothers are not in the life of children, they become wicked wives. When fathers are not in the life of children, they become wicked husbands. Your mother didn't make a right choice. And so what? Can't you make a right choice? And your father hooked me up when I was just about 22 years and about to enter into the university. And your father came to impregnate me. And by so doing, I gave birth to you. And that is why till today, I don't know. There's no love for me, for your father. You are a stupid woman to say this to your daughter. Were you raped? Were you raped? Can't you take care of your sexuality? So what are you teaching your child? What are you teaching your child today? You are living with a father and telling the daughter that the father is a useless person to live with. How will she desire to be a wife? And you know, and senfuna doson. Desire marriage. Don't trap any man to marry. You see, most of you two are trapping men to marry you. And share me saying, and share me saying, so once you trap the man with pregnancy to marry you, you don't have anything good to say about marriage. But I came to tell you from the depth of my heart, the best thing that happened to the world is marriage, not children. The virtuous woman, look, the Bible says the virtuous woman make his children are happy for the mother, and the man is respected at the city gate because of the husband. When I come out and I'm smelling, when I come out my armpit is smelling, and I am married, it is not the fault of my mother, it's the fault of my wife, even though I'm not the son. Advertise marriage for the good people to do. That making babies out of wedlock is not the order of the day. It is a demonic attack on life. Wayward children. Single girls, you see them, they are driving the best car, they live in the best homes in Accra, and every time they are going Dubai, Accra, Amsterdam, Dubai, Accra. Oh, so what? And so? I say the best thing is that make sure that you meet the best man to marry you. Look, don't come and ask me if you find yourself to be even a second wife. You are better off than living with your child alone without a husband. What are we talking about? We have made marriage become the bad thing. I say marriage is not a choice, it's a must. Desire for marriage. Because now women also tried to work hard. Because women try to work hard, bring something home, unlike before when only men provide at home. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. You see, If your wife works, whatever she earns is none of your beeswax. It is a voluntary contribution to the relationship. Hello? If your wife is working, whatever she earns happens to be a voluntary contribution to the relationship. You can live in Europe. You can live in America. You can live anywhere. Marriage is one. There is nothing different in marriage. There are people in the United States of America that they are taking care of their wives. As compared to you, the roof rats, who have come for girls from Ghana, say they are your wives and they are doing living for you. God will punish you. Say, what will be Baba? And why I donkey or a Juma woody? Nyame Chiaka. Wash or Barbara, she don't need account. It's a work out in the Sikafa. And I would didn't menya so your jiri or new check down catcha or new chianko left fees who sit down with Ghana or Bana Juma or Ya or Breno or Chauka who will pump better than you. And for me, who make kind of cratcher. Look, if you use a woman's money to make wealth for yourself, not because she has decided to bestow the money to you as a wife, but you are twisting her hands and giving her rules and regulations that it is a must for you to contribute as a wife. The contribution of a wife in marriage is sexual intercourse and running a home. Asa. Your buy here diaba what ya say na yase. Any nyansa or din winifie. Do you know what it takes to design a diet for a family? Say Obaba drink the obedi. Say me tiwe mi chimi kobe na me yire drink the medi or drink say na kwane di benku or chinobedi. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means for a woman to subject herself to respect you? Do you know what it means for you to walk out there and you should be respected in society like working as a baby mama? I'm telling you today, if your decision is to have a child, then be a second wife to that man. It's better. Because you're useless without a husband. Be the best news reader. Win the Journalist Association Award of the Year. Be the best manager of the year. Be the most highest paid person, the best female student of the year, best this of the year. Be that. But I'm saying that without a husband, you are useless on earth. And forget it not that. Useless means you are being useless. Be the best female politician. A best female politician without a husband is not best. She is not deserving to be in society. This is why the young girls are interested in making babies. If you're a young girl and you love those Lutrot, you know I'm married. Once your interest has come to me, it means that you are desiring to have a particular marriage that have a home. And now, let me tell you this one. Look, let me tell you this. I know very soon the time is up. I promise you the time I'm doing. Let me tell you this. Look, any girl watching me and desires that he wished I was a husband, it's because she's seen the example of the way I'm treating my wife. You can't see any good husband because he's giving you money. How is he treating his wife? You want to make babies with me? It's because you see the way I treat my wife. But if you find other women who think that you should not celebrate your wife, you go to your family house and you go with your wife and they are expecting that your wife should go straight ahead, go and fetch water for you. If I take my wife to her house today, if I take my wife to our family house today, she will never go and fetch water for me to bath. Never will it happen in my house. What do you mean? My wife will go to our family house and she will still go and fetch water into the bathroom for me. What are my siblings doing? If my siblings are not available to fetch water for me in my family house to bath, I will do it myself because my wife has come. She is not in her territory. My wife doesn't have right to go to my mother's kitchen until permission is granted. So you take your wife to your family house and they are expecting her to come and sweep and do not in my life. Not in my life. Not that woman. Then another person, not my wife. It doesn't mean she's lazy. But if my wife walks to her family house and it's an event, anything she does it under instruction. She's an in-law. But when you walk to her house, my sister cannot come to her house to come and cook wache for us. Unless my wife permits her. So you see, the role of the wife makes you feel important. Men, listen to me. If you are a man, you don't have a wife, you are less important in society. As a matter of fact, you are just like a dog. What is a cramine? Bema only hearing. What is a cramine? We are cramine. Whoa, be. Once you look, you should have a wife. Sleep with everything in the world. You are better. We are better. Did they be cano? A company edino. And somebody a cosono. Says, I'm Benny Jawo, Sawa dear. And yanum, a Jimmy Bon Samajing. A dear, you did good mind. And we have formed legislatures. We have formed legislatures. We have written laws. We have brought laws to support this nonsense. We have brought laws to support this nonsense. Call it women empowerment. Shame and disgrace. Shame and disgrace. You call it women empowerment. You call this women empowerment? Well, we have belittled women to become material for making babies and not material for making homes. Homemakers are women. House builders are men. I provoke you today wherever you are watching me. Desire to be a wife. Don't desire to be a baby making machine. Never desire that. Desire to be a wife. Desire to be a husband. Desire to run a home where there is a husband and there is a wife. Desire it. Let it be part of your mind. Don't walk in there. I just want to have a child with a man. That shouldn't be your desire. If a man is strong and you are watching him, a strong man is because he has a strong home. No matter how you see me, I'm saying this, and you can be angry. It's because my wife is running a home for me. That's why I'm sitting here. That's why I'm sitting here. That's why I'm sitting here. If I decide to marry 400 people, they will come back in the same way to make me look better. So when you see a man, you want to have a child with the man, desire to buy the man to make you even a second wife, a third wife. You are living with your husband. And because you're also paying rent, because you're paying light bill, because you're paying school fees, it makes you feel that you are better. You are useless. You married a stupid man whose interest is your money. I want to make a baby and move on with a life. Useless. Honorable Victoria Hammer, welcome. I am watching you. I desire. Yes, Honorable Victoria Hammer, desire. Desire. Be a wife. Look, any politician who doesn't have a husband as a woman before you marry, you struggle. Because later choosing a husband becomes a problem for you. Let me end my story here today. 0277 IMLA will drop the number for you. 609644. 0277 609644. Desire to be a wife. Desire to be a husband. I end here. My time is up, like I told you. This has been your school of marriage and relationship. 0277 609 644. The other time we're going to have another opportunity, I'll just comment on all your questions and answers. My time is up. I'm out of here right now. Continue going. Go to my YouTube. You go and watch these things on YouTube. Share it with a friend, and your life will not be the same again. 0277 609 644. If you want to support Cancer Foundation, they'll drop a number there for you. Your $1, your $1, your $20 will help us. But remember, the best cars in the life of any marital home should be driven by wives, not by husbands. May God bless you. Even in your anger, that good things are happening. As they drop the foundation number for you, I bow out of this conversation tonight. Don't admire any woman in society who is making it without a husband. She's useless. She's useless. She owns so many companies, but she's useless. 0277 609 644. 020 0507 150 223. It's a simple number. And by the end of the day, life is better for all of us if marriages are working. I'm out of here. If Nayamula is there, she should drop the number for all the foundation numbers. 0507 150 223 is the Vodafone cash number. 055-000-5077 happens to be the MTN Momo number. May God bless you. Let your children know that marriage is sweet. If your marriage is bad, seek for help so that you get a good marriage for the children. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Don't be useless. Be useful. Don't be useless. Be useful. So be using full. Don't be useless. Thank you so much, Nayemle. God bless you. I'll see you at the other side. Bye for now.